I know my husband always check, but I like to see it from my channel. You understand what I'm saying? I like to hear it. So give me 1 second. Let me see if we're coming in loud and clear. Okay, no sound as of yet. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right. If, guys, we are now live. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this down so we don't have any feedback, guys. I want to welcome everybody to Money Madness with Jean Marlo Davis every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about us helping you to make money, to keep money, to protect money, to grow money. It's all about money. And we come up with different ideas to help you to make money. And I love automating money. Mean that making money in your sleep. For those who don't know me, if this is the first time you're on with Jean Marlo Davis, I'm an ex-IRS auditor. I have over 20 years tax and financial experience. I am the CEO and president of the Institute of Financial Freedom and Investment Solutions, TIFIS LLC, located right here in Atlanta, Georgia, as well as TIFIS Wealth Creators and our coaching platform, the Luck Firm LLC. That's Level Up Coaching LLC. Guys, thank you so much for being here. My name is Jean Marlo Davis. I am a wealth creator. You are a wealth creator too. Tonight, guys, we're going to dive into some very important information. I don't want to pretty much give you a lot of tips or whatever. But what I want to do is just really have a conversation. I want to have a conversation with you because a lot of people right now are really going through it. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab a pen and paper because I'm going to give you some information that I want you to check out immediately after this broadcast. You may be able to check it out. If not, you're going to be able to get it tomorrow. My husband and we were walking yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. And those who are connected with me through Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you guys know that basically my husband come prepared. Oh, I'm looking at myself on the screen, darling. I'm giving it to y'all today. Y'all better come on through with the money madness. Listen, we was taking a walk in the neighborhood, and down the street we saw this subdivision. Contractors just working feverishly, guys, working, and they was working late because it was in the evening. And I was like, goodness, they're still here working, but they were building. And on top of that, somebody was moving in to one of the properties that weekend. And so when we were walking, my husband said, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you catch that? And I said, yeah, I caught it. It's called vision. It's called opportunity. See, in this time, guys, even though we know that there's a lot of things going on, I am not the one to come on here and start talking about COVID-19 and going, the bad things that are happening. And I'm not that person. What I want to do is to give you hope and really share with you something that you should be doing right now. I remember this one mentor of mine, he shared a story. And in the story, he said that the gentleman said that, which one would you prefer? Would you prefer to, if you're trying to knock down a tree or cut down a tree, would you rather be out there whacking at the tree for 8 hours to get the tree down? Or would you sharpen your axe for 6 hours so you can knock it down with precision? And the answer is sharpening your axe, okay? So you can knock it down with precision. Here is the time to sharpen your axe. While you're watching this, guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, say, hey, I'm here. And go ahead and share to your heart's content. because we really, really appreciate you guys. And we're going to start announcing that we're going to be giving away Amazon gift cards and the things that you really need. Of course, we got vacation certificates, but right now we want to be able to make sure that you can buy things for your home. So by you liking, you sharing, you go into a pool for us to pull your name, and we give away these Amazon gift cards because you need it, and it's our way of saying thank you. So I talked about sharpening your axe. Sharpening your axe. Well, in this time, guys, you got to use a different type of thinking. You got to use a different type of thinking. And one of the things that I notice when I go back, because sometimes the past repeats itself, when I went back, and my husband and I was having a conversation about 2008, and I'm going to go somewhere with this. Like I said, I'm just having really a conversation with you. I just want you to just listen with your ears and your heart, because I want you not to be walking in fear, but to walk in faith. I want you to have vision. If you got to pray, if you got to meditate, whatever you got to do, guys, to get your mind out of all the things that's going around us. I'm not talking about being foolish. I'm not talking about ignoring things that's happening. I'm talking about not being inundated and asking yourself, what can I do now? You do all you can and let the big man do all he can. That's the only thing that we can do right now. So at this time, you want to have some vision. And I was having a conversation with my husband, and I was talking about in 2008, I remember where people 401k went down to a OK or a K. People was losing hundreds of thousands of dollars, losing their jobs, losing their homes. There was people going to banks and couldn't even access their bank account because, for those who don't know, the bank don't have all your money. When you deposit your money, they lend that money out. You do know that, right? They lend that money out. You just can't go, and if you have a bank account, over 10, 20, $30,000, you just can't walk in the bank and say, I want to withdraw $30,000. A lot of times you got to make an appointment to do that, because what they do with your money, they take your money, they invest your money, and on top of that, you got your money in a bank account that's not really yielding you anything. We already know that. You put your money in a CD. Some CDs will give you 4%, which the rule of 72 says if you take 72 divided by 4, guys, it's going to tell you how long your money is going to take to double. So, if you put $10,000 in the bank, 72 divided by 4, that's what? 18? It's going to take 18 years for your money to double. That's too slow. So I say that to say, when you look at what happened in 2008, because a lot of people have believed in the bank, believe in different institutions, trusted mortgage companies, did all these different things, put themselves in a situation where they were spending more than they were earning, getting homes off of interest only. Credit was not fixed, right? So we're having a conversation. We're going to go somewhere in just a little bit, but I just want you to follow me, follow me, okay? Credit was jacked up. People did not pay attention to the refi on the interest only loan that, interest only after 5 years, you're either supposed to refi so you can get a lower interest so that thing wouldn't balloon up and cause you to go into just financial ruin. But a lot of people, as we know, were flexing and, showing, oh, I got this big old beautiful $500,000 home, and they was only paying maybe $1,800 or something on it because they was only paying interest. And because they were not able or didn't have a strategy, guys, they end up losing their homes. And then they couldn't finance, to get a lower interest rate. So that was going on. We're talking about 2008. And a lot of times when we have things like this catastrophe, whether it be biological, financial, mental, whatever, a lot of people got their theories. They got their, what's going to happen and what's going on and things of that nature. But a good indicator of the future is the past. And so when you look at these things, I was like, wow, people was losing their job. Bank accounts was being diminished, depleted. 401k was being depleted. Like I said, I did say people was losing their home, right? so many things, people losing their jobs, so many things will happen. It just looked like, oh my God, like even business owners was losing their business, losing their customers, losing their clientele. It was just to the point of where people were going into depression. Some people were committing suicide because it looked so grim. But in 2008, we got through it, right? 2009 came on, then 10, then 11, then 12. And now here we are in 2020 dealing with a pandemic that kind of felt like it creeped in on us and it swooped in on us. And now you see, like, my husband and I, when we went to Costco and we saw the mall shut down and all these different things, if you're just not a person of prayer and meditation, it can get to you. It feels like a cult, like a fog, that gets down in your spirit. And you're like, wow, oftentimes, because I'm a prayer warrior and I have no problem saying it, I have to go in my prayer closet and be like, okay, especially if I have allowed myself to be exposed to too much negative news, constant negative news, or people posting on social media and just different things. And even though our heart goes out to those who are fighting with this thing or have somebody that's infected or have lost someone that's infected, guys, my heart goes out to them and my prayers go up. But one of the things that you can't do, you cannot inundate yourself. So I'm saying we're having a conversation. For those who are just joining me, my name is Jean Marlo Davis. I am a wealth creator. You're a wealth creator too. Welcome to Money Madness. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we talk about how to make money, how to protect money, how to keep money, how to grow money. It's all about money. And we're always talking about, we're going to be doing a series of how to increase your financial IQ, because it's very important. It's not about how much money you earn, it's about how much you keep. So we're talking about what happened in 2008, right? And in that, hope you're following me, in 2008, some people were in crisis while others was in increase. I'm going to say it again. In 2008, some people were in crisis while others was in increase. So with this thing going on, I always pray for vision. I always pray for wisdom and understanding. I try not to be in my feelings, and because I am a business person, but I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm an auntie, I'm a grandma, I'm all those things, and I'm a loving person, and I'm a person that cares. I just couldn't help but keep seeing something like reset, 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 like it's a reset. And if you have any vision and if you can pay attention, I'm about to give you a big golden nugget this show. And I'm telling you, if you only get this golden nugget, this one nugget that I'm going to give you, and you start working on it right now, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be set up by God's grace and mercy. I'm claiming and believing that we all are going to make it. We're all in this together. We love you guys. We're praying for the whole world, not just United States. We're praying for the whole world. All of us need prayer, in need of prayer. We are. So here's the thing. If you have a little vision, just a little, and you look at what's the same thing that happened in 2008, look, has resurfaced in 2020. People losing their jobs, been laid off, been sent home. People are having financial difficulties. Options are given, and I talked about this last week, but this is not what the show about, but we're having a conversation that sets you up for the pinnacle of where I'm going, okay? Conversations about, we talked about people losing their jobs. We talked about now mortgage companies, landlords, utility companies saying, okay, if you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your utilities, we'll work something out with you. And I said last week, don't be no fool. Don't be no fool and sit up here and not pay your bills when you know you can. And when this pandemic is over, because guess what? It will be over. It will be over. Yes, it will. There will be a 2021, 2022, unless God say that's it, that's enough. I understand? But look, when this pandemic is over, don't you think these people are going to be asking for their money? Don't you think people are going to be like, you need to pay your mortgage right now all 4 months, your rent all 4 months, your utilities all 4 months. We need this money. We need this whatever, whatever. Um, and so what I'm telling you, if you can pay your bills, if you can pay your bills, go ahead. Because here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, and this is the caveat. Okay, what's about to happen is that you're going to be able to get real estate. I'm telling you, you're going to say, Gene said it. You're going to be able to get real estate. I don't want to say pennies on a dollar, but it's going to be cheap. Okay. Because inventory is sitting. Inventory is sitting right now. Okay. Some people are renting and not collecting rents. Landlords are not collecting rents. Cars inventory sitting. If I went to business school, I went to Morris Brown. They talked about economics. They talked about supply and demand and what happens when you face something like this. And when I think about this, I always ask God to give me vision, give me understanding, because I want to be ahead, not behind. Guys, this is the opportunity to be working on your craft. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about real estate. I'm not going to give you everything. I'm not going to cover everything because I've already done a webinar that I'm going to give you. I think Bruce is that it right there, Bruce? Yeah. Free Wealth Creator. I don't have my glasses on. Free Wealth Creators course.com. That's already, look, when you get a chance, go there and register for the webinar. And I'll tell you about the webinar in just a minute. But as I look at real estate, and I was talking to one of my friends, and they were sharing with me, and this is not a knock to the direct sales industry, network marketing, MLM, because I learned a lot from direct sales. I'm in direct sales. You sell something, that's direct sales. I learned a lot from, if you want to coin it, network marketing. I learned a lot, and we were talking, and he came to me, and I want to tell you why I decided to do this course and why. How can I say it? Everybody don't want to tell you everything. You may think you got someone figured out. You may think, oh, they just doing this or they doing that. My husband and I, we don't disclose everything that we're doing. We don't disclose all our different investments that we're doing, who we working with, who we don't partner up with. That's nobody's concern. But when I was having a conversation with this person, I said, honey, we got to let people in on this secret because I think this will help a lot of people. I had a conversation with a gentleman. Let me get a little water, please. Pause for the cause. You get you some water too. Are you staying hydrated? You taking your vitamin C? Okay, make sure you do it. So I was having a conversation with a gentleman. I want to thank everybody for being here. Listen, if you watch the replay, put hashtag replay. Go ahead, guys, and share, share, share. Make sure, because this show, we got to build this show up, guys. We want people to show up and show out. The Jean Marlo Davis show, man, we're picking up speed on Thursday like crazy. This is brand new Money Madness, and we're going to build this up. We're going to give you so much information and to help you to grow your finances, to keep your finance, to protect it from the big bad wolf, which is the Internal Revenue Service. We're going to give you all that information. Like I said, it's all about growing your finances. It's all about creating generational wealth. That's what Money Madness is about. But I was having a conversation with a gentleman, and a lot of times my clients will call me, they'll run things through me, and they say, Gene, what do you think about this? But this particular phone call was not that phone call. He called really to vent, and I don't normally take the venting. I don't like to sit on the phone and let people vent because I'm not a trash can. And so I'm not going to allow people to do that. But this person I'm very partial to, and they're not that type of person. So this particular person called me and he was like, look, I want to share something with you. He said, I've been investing in direct sales now for over network marketing for over 9 years. I've met some incredible people. The personal development is awesome, awesome, awesome. The leadership is awesome. All these things. But he said one of the things that bothered him, he said he invested so much money, and I don't even want to even put out there how much money he invested over the 9 years. When you think about him paying $500 a month for his product that he get every month, you think about the big events that he went to, the Super Saturdays, the international conventions, the this, that, and the other that he shared with me. And when I asked him how much money had he made, had he seen a positive income, because that's another story I want to talk about. And I definitely want to reach out to some different network marketers, because once you get in the game, you know that really it's not the product people are buying you, and really it's about having influence. Let's just tell the truth. It's about having a strong center of influence, building that influence up. Okay, money flows where attention goes. That's just it. And it took me a while to even learn that it's almost like a popularity contest. If people know you, they're going to flow you. If they don't know you, money will not come to you. People do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. And so he was having this conversation with me, and he was telling me all the money he had invested. And he gave me a little about how much he's paid for his products. He told me about made, and when he the tax benefits. So you should have been able to get some to earn a profit. Remember that you went into business to earn a. Is your goal? What it is that I believe you should be paying close attention. 2 weeks ago, both shows, Monday and Thursday, I gave tips on people who wanted to work at home. I gave you over 18 sources for you to be able to work at home that you didn't even have to leave your home. That's hiring right now. And then the next week, I gave you different opportunities that you can do working at home, right? So this week, I'm not getting into all that, but I want to paint a picture, because if you have vision, what did the word say? A people perish for the lack of vision. If you don't have vision, you will perish. If you just sitting out here looking at every dang post on social media about COVID-19 or coronavirus, and you looking at who just passed and who just, don't tell me that doesn't get in your spirit. That will get in your spirit and cause you to drink and go chase the dragon, as my son said. You're looking for the green giant. That's what you're looking for when you start to look at all that stuff. So when I was talking to him, and as I said, giving him motivation, telling him, hey, look, well, at least you made money, right? I mean, at least you got the tax breaks. He said, Jean, as you well know, yes, the tax breaks are awesome, but I went into business to make a profit. And now my wife of however many years, he said, my wife is sick of it, because my wife said she haven't seen not one dime come out of here. She hasn't seen no growth. And we know that the first 3 years in business, sometimes you don't make a dollar, but it's a lot of people. T. Harv Eker said, if you don't make $1 million within 3 to 5 years, that's an industry that you need to get up out of. You need to get up out of it. Pay attention. That thing don't dry up. The well is dried. Okay. Don't get emotionally attached to anything, because that's what we do. I get a tangent because it irritated me when I was having this conversation with him, because we get emotionally attached to people, and we don't use our common sense, and we don't use our business sense. We just emotionally attach. We idolize people, right? We idolize them, but look what has happened. Everything shut down. Shut down so you can have a conversation with the one that matters, okay? So I go off. Y'all know it. I go off in a minute. So I was having this conversation, and he said, my wife is just pretty much sick of it. She's sick of it, Jean. He said, and he said, I just keep believing that somehow it's going to break. And I was like, brother, what is that? What, come on, give me some facts here. Why are you still there? And when it came down to it, he said, because he had a relationship with the founder of the company. Well, see, the founder's getting paid. But you, my friend, are you? All the money that he had, oh my God, all the money he spent on travel, all the money he spent on products, all the money he spent on the marketing material, all the money, and he was at a loss. He wasn't even, if he was making $500 a month, that would have been a blessing, and he wasn't even making that. And I'm just being honest. So, like I said, I'm not one to share all our business. But I said to my friend, I said, listen, I have something that I'm putting together for you. And I believe your wife is going to be happy. I believe that your wife is going to get on board and she's going to see that it's tangible and she's going to want to be involved. And it doesn't require a bunch of products. It doesn't require you spending a bunch of money. But I'm telling you, if you follow what I'm able to show you, what my partners and I have done, who we have invested in, and they're leading projects on things that we don't have the time to do, but we got the money to do. Man, I said, I want to let you in on a secret. And I said, I'm going to show you how to get involved in the real estate industry, how to make 6 figures within 12 to 18 months, guys. And really we aiming for 12 and then 7 figures within 3 years. I said, with real estate, I said, but without owning one property, without owning one property. He's like, what? Is that legal, Jean? Can you do? I'm like, people have been doing it for years. Our partners, when we got involved with them, they was already doing it. We decided to lock arms to get other properties to, I ain't gonna throw it out, not own them, but a different way of accessing them, right? And earning money. I'm talking about earning 6 to 7 figures, the road to earning 6 or 7 figures with Airbnb without you owning one property. Guys, this is huge. I'm telling you right now. I did some research. Airbnb has partnered up with some of the government agencies that they are housing. They're paying people. People are getting contracts right now on their housing, the medical staff, the essential staff, different properties. If you house one, they gave you a link that you have to fill out with or whatever. And the government is taking care of these owners of the property or those whoever leasing the property and turned it into an Airbnb property, right? And I'm looking at different Airbnbs partnering up, Uber's partnering up, this was partnering up, because guess what? They have vision. These people traveling from different states, they need a place to stay. They don't know anyone. So now they're listing it on the Airbnb. They're getting paid every week. Just like, it kind of reminds me, Bruce, remember of the Olympics? When the Olympics came to Atlanta and those who had property or was leasing property, it was like, look, let me get my property ready so I can be qualified to go ahead and say, yes, I have a property that this person can pay. And corporate took care of it. I had a friend that made 6 figures in 6 months. I mean, literally, they said they stayed in a hotel them 6 months. Huh? And let the Olympics inside their house. Okay. Now, as a business owner, this is what we do. We're studying the trends. We're looking at what's going on in business and we're watching. And I'm like, oh, wow. So, okay. All right. Well, Airbnb is partnering up with some government officials, huh? Vision. Okay. So what I'm telling you right now is that when I talked to the young man and I said to him, I said, listen, Um, I don't really put our business out here, brother, and because I don't want people to think you know you're not. It's not open for partnership because we already got our set people who we're working with, right? I said so. This is not partnership. I said, but what I can do is I can do for you what somebody didn't do for me. What my husband and I had to learn and scuff up all knuckles and get toes stepped on and get hands spanked. And I'm going to show you how you can get into real estate without owning one property. And I'm going to show you how you can jumpstart that property within a week and how you can be in profit zone within a week. And he's like, "What, Gene? What?" And I said, "Listen, people have been doing it. My partners and I have been doing it. This is easy and it's simple." It is. And so I'm going to show you what you need to do. And he said, "Give it to me right now." And I told him, I said, "Look, I'm putting this course together and I'm going to do a free webinar and I'm going to give them some information that's going to allow them, give them, I gave a lot of information in the free webinar. And then the free webinar will allow you, if you want to really get into this, if you really want to start, here's the thing I'm going to tell everybody that's listening. If you got your 401k right now, you got money in your 401k, you got money sitting up in the bank, you got money somewhere, you need to understand that money is not working for you. You need to take a leap of faith and start investing for you, so you can see the residual income coming in. I told him, I said, "I'm going to help you and I'm going to show you how you can start seeing profit right now." And so I told him when the webinar is ready, contact him. Well, we sent it out there. We set it out there. We're now releasing it to the public. As you see, it's free. wealthcreatorscourse.com. That is the webinar that's entitled The Road to Earning 6 to 7 Figures with Airbnb. I break down a lot of information. I think it's like a 45-minute webinar that I break down so much information that in turn, you're going to go run and say, "Look, I need to sign up for the 4-week course," because from there, it goes from amateur to boom. Okay, we're in business now. Now it's time to go ahead and do what Jean say. Step by step, I tell you how to acquire the property, how to jumpstart the property, how to do negotiation with landlords, how to get in agreement with a landlord to be able to allow you to access their property to do. Man, we go over a lot of information. We went through it so you don't have to. We're showing you how to compress time. And if you are teachable and coachable, you take copious notes and you say, "You know what? I'm going to listen to what they're already doing. We ain't here to prove nothing to nobody. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. We don't." But what we're doing, because we have multiple streams of income, and one of the things that we always knew we was going to get into real estate, because real estate, hey, they're not making no more earth. All right. So real estate is a tangible product. It's something that you see, you can touch, and it's real residual income. Some people say they have residual income, and that's a residual lie, because once you stop working, that money stops. Okay. That's not residual, my friend. Residual means that you do something one time and you keep getting paid. That is residual. That is what we call an income producing asset. An income producing asset allows you to make the type of money you want to make regardless of going to work. Okay. When you have passive income and your passive income surpasses your monthly expenses, now you're out of the rat race. Now you're in the game of creating wealth. And that's what it's about. We are here to help you to create wealth. So here's the thing that I'm telling you about, guys. And I gave him this information. I'm so excited about it. He's already registered for the 4-week course, and he's already have money to invest in what? Not no property with Jean Marlo Davis or Bruce Davis or our partners, his own stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And we're here to get him the support that he needs, the questions that he have. We're here to do it. So what I want to say to you, this is the time to look at getting into the real estate game. If you have at least, I would say, this is a way that you could get in the real estate game. If you have at least, I would say 7 to 10K, at least 10K, you would be fine to be able to get in the real estate game. And really, you could get in with less, but you got to all. When I go into this webinar, when I talk about how to earn 6 or 7 figures with Airbnb, I talk about what it takes, how to jumpstart a property. I talk about negotiations. I talk about how to find the areas for your property, where to put it at, things of that nature, technology that you can use, automation, where you're not sitting up here babysitting the property, that you can have it automated to, for check-in, for, also starting at the very beginning to correspond with those who have an interest in your property, how to become a super host, that in turn, that when you become a super host, that automatically puts you up at the top level of Airbnb, and people will see your property and more likely will rent your property from you. I show you how you can earn money, where if you just want to do it on the weekend, even if you live in the property that you have, let's say that you live in a property that you have. Of course, if you're leasing it, you want to get a permission, and I talk about that, getting permission from the landlord to do it. However, you can lease your property one weekend a month and make $1,500 to $2,000 and pay for the mortgage. It's so, guys, this is the time to be creative and think outside the box. And this is the time to have vision. And like I said earlier, we're praying for everybody. We're doubly praying for ourselves, and we're praying for everybody that we all make it together, and that we're going to be stronger. We're going to be like family. We're going to look out for one another. We're not going to idolize people. We're going to look at each man, each woman as equal, and we're going to work together for all of us to create what we call a win-win. And that's what this is all about. So in the course, guys, I break down everything that you need to know. That's a little bit in the free course. And then when we get into the paid course, which is 4 weeks, goodness, if you do exactly, and here's the thing, Bruce was looking at me like I was crazy. Remember, babe, you said I put too much information in it. My husband said I put too much information in it and I made it way too cheap. He said, because all the information that I put in there, he said people would charge thousands of dollars for it, but we made it economically, I would say, available to people who truly want to get in the real estate game, who's saying to themselves, I do have vision, Jean. I do understand that, and this is the God's honest truth. Some properties are going to be lost, and others are going to be able to gain. Some properties, guys, they're building like crazy. I drove around, like I said, we saw one subdivision where we live. Further down the street, it was another subdivision being built around the corner, apartment complex. And why are they building? Why are they building if it's all over? This is what I want you to think about. I want you to think about, guys, supply and demand. Supply and demand. So what I want you to do, Bruce have it on the screen right now. And you can go right now to Free Wealth Creators Course. And it's with the S, Wealth Creators Course.com. freewealthcreatorscourse.com. When you go to the website, please pay attention to the email, because some people have been having some difficulty. In the email, it says, click on the link a few minutes before the webinar time. So if your webinar is 6 o'clock, maybe click on at 5:55, and you'll see a website there that you'll see a time at the bottom, and it'll say you got 5 minutes in the countdown. And once the countdown is over, you'll be put into the webinar queue and it will begin. Simple as that. Hopefully, if you have any technical difficulty, you'll be able to do that. I've been telling people who have had technical difficulty, go back to your email or go through the process and re-register for a later course. And then in turn, make sure you write down the time and click on the link that's in the email 5 minutes to or 3 minutes to, and stay there so you can be in the queue to get this information. Guys, real estate is huge. It's huge. It's huge. And you don't have to go out here and try to qualify for a mortgage, try to put $50,000 down for a $500,000 property, and thinking to get qualified for a $450,000 loan. You don't have to do that. There's a better way to acquire property. And what I like about it is not like it's not like renting property. There's a different. Well, what we're saying, we're not saying go lease a property or go get a property and rent it out. No, no, no. The strategy that we show you with Airbnb, I give you one example, and I teach this in our free wealth course as well as the pay. Um, my husband and I, we went to, what was it, Puerto Rico? Mm-hmm. Went to Puerto Rico for no more than maybe 4 or 5 days, and we did a boot camp there, the Supercharge Your Business, Increase Your Profit boot camp. We did a boot camp there, and I think for 4 or 5 days we paid this lady $4,500 for 4 or 5 days. Let's do the math, shall we? That's like $9,000 for 2 weeks, a month. That's $18,000 that this lady is making off the beach, off of her beach home with Airbnb. Check this out though, guys. She said every time somebody check out, it's already booked. When I looked on the calendar to see if we could come back, it was booked out for the rest of the year. Booked out for the rest of the year. So you do the math, $18,000. If you do that for 10 months, that's what, 180,000. And that's and I was like, it was booked out. I have another friend of mine, and I even put some of these testimonies in our course, that he said his one property that's in Decatur, Georgia. He said that property, he said he earns over 6 figures. Okay. Guys, a lot of people don't even own the properties. They're just leasing the properties, getting permission from the landlord. And we go over all of that, and they're making significant. And on top of it, he still had his job. On top of it, he still was working a job. What we're showing you right now is how to set yourself up. So I'm not going to keep rambling and going on and on and on. But what I'm telling you right now, guys, is people who have been investing in business, they're not seeing a profit. It's people who have been investing in different industry, they're not seeing a profit. It's people who feel burnt out. It's people who say, you know what, Jean, I don't want to work a job no more. I'm sick and tired of a job. This time, I put myself in a situation now that my money is scarce. I'm at the mercy of the government, because hopefully I get unemployment. Hopefully I qualify for a stimulus. Hopefully I get this, that, and the other. And